What up, champions? In today's video, I'm gonna make your life a whole lot easier. So I'm gonna tell you the 4 things you need to try and you need to test if you truly want to be strong regarding calisthenics. So maybe you already know the fantastic 4 that I developed for overall strength, but in this video I want to focus specifically for all of you training calisthenics and wanting to master the handstand push-ups and planches and everything. So I'm going to give you 4 exercises in which you got to be good, and that's the main thing that you got to do actually, is pay attention to those 4 exercises. Everything else is dust, it's shit, but these 4 things are the most important whatever you practice regarding the calisthenics. So what do you think, Johnny, is the first one?
Military press.
Okay, we're starting with pressing, so fuck yeah. Right. So military press would be the first thing you gotta test. So basically overhead press. Mine right now is at 85 kgs, which is why I've been doing handstand push-ups successfully recently, and they're looking pretty fucking fantastic. And the reason they're looking fantastic is because I'm fucking strong again, which feels fantastic. In the past I did a lot of pipe push-ups and everything, but military press truly is superior because strength is about force production, and the easiest way to measure it is if you have something you can measure. So here, if you can overhead press your body weight, you're exceptionally strong. So right now, if you're wondering, Jesus, why I can get the planche or the handstand push-up, and you test your overhead press and your 1 rep max is 40 kgs, then good Lord, like Johnny just laughed, it's not a lot. So I used to military press, just to give you an example, when I was very strong at 90 kgs, I held the straddle planche. So at the time I could military press 50 kgs on a barbell for 2 reps with 1 arm. So my best military press was at the time 90 kgs for reps, but this is how it looks like basically. So turn your hands a little bit inwards, boom, like this. Pick the width that feels comfortable, that's about the most important thing. Get the elbows underneath the bars, take a step back, squeeze the glutes, anterior pelvic tilt, push the bar above the head, maintain that depression, and on the negative put the elbow down underneath the bar, very, very important, and then press up. And also you want your elbows not to flare out too much as you're doing the press if you want to get that handstand push-up, so you don't want to press with elbows too far out. What's the number 1 pulling exercise?
The pull-up.
Yes. All right. So neutral grip, pronated grip, whichever one feels the best, choose it and then try to improve your strength in it. So I always ask somebody, they're saying, okay, I'm close to the straddle front lever. Dominik, what should I do? I can't seem to progress to full front lever. And I ask, what are you doing with your weighted chin-ups? And the guy's like, yeah, I'm doing, I think it was 15 kgs for 3 sets of 4. And I was like, bro, like, that's, you know, that's like, you gotta work on your weighted chin-up. Like, seriously, very, very important. So whichever grip feels the best, use that one, but don't abuse it. So work on it until you start to feel some specialization shit, which basically means once we're doing the pattern for too long, we can kind of get some different sensations. So the golfer's elbow or the tennis elbow right here, or the golfer's elbow would be a thing that you will experience. If you're doing a whole bunch of chin-ups, for example, a lot of tension goes through here. So make sure once you start to experience maybe some pain here or some sensitivity about right here, then make sure to switch the grip, not to get an overused injury basically. So neutral grip would look like this. So the most important thing here is the scapular connection again. So here you start, you elevate, and then you depress. And you try to pull in a retracted position as high as you possibly can. Boom. But that symmetrical activation, symmetrical start on each rep is the most important thing you got to develop. That means strong scapular connection. That's going to get you the 1-arm chin-up later on and stuff like this. So get that neutral grip chin-up up to 50, 60 kgs. And that's going to help a lot with your 1-arm chin-up and your front lever work as well. So we got the first 2. Now let's go back to pressing. And this one will shock and amaze you. It's called a push-up. And this is 50% of you watching this can't do this to save your freaking life. So you can't do 5 push-ups with maintaining the pressed and yes, protracted scapular position. So you see how this is a beautiful protracted position. My lower back completely rounded, scaps are nowhere near to be seen. And the difficult part here is to move your arms without losing this position in your back. And this can be an incredibly difficult thing for somebody who's good in pulling exercises and loves retraction. And all those guys will step up, oh yeah, I can do it, and they'll start doing push-ups here in an elevated position, which is complete shit. This is what we need. So the activation for this is not coming here, staying in an elevated position, destroying your shoulders, but coming down here. So the press first, come a little bit forward. You see if this lat is engaged, you see this, boom, that means depression. This means shit. And sadly, even though I've been speaking about this for the past fucking 4 years, 5 years, still everybody who's pressing sucks. So if you find pressing difficult, this is why, because you cannot do 3 sets of 5 on the proper protracted push-up with a little bit of lean. Look at this. Coming here, boom, stable scapula position, not changing. I can do this all day, but for you today, and I already feel a sensation in my serratus anterior. I almost feel like a cramp right here. And it's also important for you not to do some sort of this shit. It's still a push-up. So push the hips down and just try to boom and a little bit here. It's a very subtle move. Difficult part about it is not doing this in a push-up position. It's moving the hands without moving the scapula position. And that's why calisthenics is freaking tricky and difficult. It's the scapula connection. You know, shoulder is the most complex joint, and maintaining stability there, extremely fucking difficult. And this is, guys, this is the #1 exercise in the whole wide world for strong serratus anterior. It's the protracted push-up, the planche push-up. Yeah, I know about this because I practiced the planche for 10 years. Whew. Exhausting even to do 5 reps correctly. So I actually want to show you just how it looks like if you can't do it. So I'm afraid I can't do that correctly. So Johnny will here help us a little bit. So I think he can do a couple of push-ups in protraction, but let's see when exactly does it give out. So not a whole lot of lean, it doesn't have to be a pseudo planche push-up. And the press, right now I see you freaking slightly elevated. Yes, you see that movement again. Show it again actually, come up. Come up. You see, this is what majority, no, elevate a little bit. This is what 90% of the people are doing, this. And this kind of looks like similar to my stuff, but now the press. It's a huge fucking difference, guys. Remember this till the rest of your life. Proper depressed push-up. We'll go with a little bit of lean in the upper position. Yeah, just this. I want the shoulder to be a little bit in front of the wrist. That would be perfect. Good. Hips down in line. Moving with the arms. Push the hips a little bit further down in the top position. Hips a little bit further down. A little bit further down. Okay, the press. Okay, just do some reps. Now these were actually pretty good, so I would say Johnny's scapula connection is about on point. But now we see that the lower back, the upper back is starting to flatten a little bit. And the scaps are trying to rise up. So now losing that hollow position, but that was after about 10 reps. But you see right now the shoulder wanted to elevate a little bit. But yeah, definitely very decent scapula connection. Bravo, Johnny.
All right.
Take it from there. So you see as soon as the shoulder on the way up starts to wants to elevate like this is why 90% of the people have destroyed shoulders, and they even tend to do this in bench press, obviously. Coming up here and benching like this, that will also, really tear your shoulder apart. So this is what you need to learn. And for some of you right now, the starting position is gonna be literally this. And people when I get somebody on the mentorship and maybe they even have a good overhead press or something, but then if their scapula connection sucks, I literally have them doing this and they hate it. They hate it, you know? But here, depression, slight protraction, boom, you see the lat activation and nothing moving while I perform the push-up. Incredibly freaking difficult to get, and you should feel the sensation in the serratus anterior. And this is the proper way to build up your deltoid and to get the strength later on. You can progress in it by increasing the lean forward, or later on, maybe adding weight, or just going into a tuck planche push-up. Probably the best idea. Really, really good stuff. Exercise number 3. Whew. So for pressing, we got the military press or the handstand push-ups if you're already strong enough. Pseudo planche push-ups, and then later on add some push-ups, dips, whatever it is that you want to do, strengthening the elbows for planche or working on the pike press, whatever it is, do it afterwards. And then we have the weighted chin-up, that's the number 1, and number 2 is the perfect pull-up, or the perfect chin-up, or the perfect neutral grip chin-up. So this is basically kind of like we're doing protracted push-ups, we're doing retracted pullings if we want to get strong in our pulling. So that makes perfect sense. This is something I've been avoiding for years, and that's why my pulling still to this day is not as good. you know, because my retraction on the top position really sucks. So this would be the way I would do a normal chin-up, and take a good look at my back right now and really check out the scapula connection. So this is how I would normally pull, boom. You see, kind of like almost like my pseudo planche push-up. It's quite protracted at the top. I start nice and retracted, and this is a movement pattern where I can pull 40 kgs for, I don't know, 3 reps. But if I do the perfect chin up, maintaining retraction all the way to the top, working correctly my rear deltoid, my rhomboid, instead of just tearing my teres major apart and my bicep apart, is the retracted chin up. So it looks like this is the chin up, right? And take a look at the scapula connection also. So this against my usual this. So if you pull in a protracted position, you're gonna get a very strong bicep, but your back development is drastically falling behind. Then your weighted chin-ups, your pulling does not transfer that much to the front lever as well. So make sure to spend some time pulling in a retracted position. Even if you're doing weighted chin-ups, try to retract as much as possible. But then the second exercise would be the retracted perfect pull-up, whichever hand position. Goddamn, well, I think that's it. If you want more knowledge like this, more good stuff, then make sure to click the link right here below the video. We've created a new Facebook group, Sky Calisthenics Family, where we share our knowledge and we have a community where we grow and learn from each other and support each other. So make sure to click the link right there. And also you have to answer 3 questions, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, make sure to answer them correctly, otherwise we won't let you in. And I'll see you in the Sky Calisthenics Family. Thank you for your time. Boom.